What's up, everybody? Alex here with Lord Jesus ATV Repair and Customs, and today we got a Yamaha Tri-Z. Sorry if the camera was not focusing. I see, but pretty much these plastics are all sun-dried, but these Yamaha plastics are they're not too thin already, which kind of does actually feel kind of thin. But if it's not too thin, you could actually restore these. First step, get yourself a razor blade. Get off that top layer of oxidation. Try not to put any deep gouges into it. Try to keep the shape. You gotta be kind of delicate with this razor blade. You don't have to use a new one. It could be a dull razor blade. But if you use a new one, sorry, the video cut off because my phone has been updating like 10 times in the past. Like 10 times in the last day has updated. Okay, so anyways, once you get that first layer off, you'll see there's a nice layer of plastic under there. Now I'm going to show you what you got to do. First, you're going to hit it with some 300 or some 320, I think. Then go to, I think, 600. And then last off, you could go to 1,000. Guys, so actually I'm going to start off with some 400 grit because this is not that bad. So just give it some light sanding with the 400 grit on the part where you've already taken off the... Don't worry if it starts to look kind of a little bit hazy at the beginning. But just give it a nice, good sanding with the 400 grit. Really good. Right now, all the oxidation is already off of this layer. So you don't have to worry about kind of trying to get it down further, but this is just to get it smooth now. So okay, once you do that, it'll get it's pretty smooth to the touch right now compared to this right here. You can see the difference already. Then you grab your 600 grit. 600 grit, do the same thing. The more elbow grease you put into this, the better the finished product is going to look like. I'm just doing it on this small little area for right now, just to show you guys how to do it, that it's possible to restore something that looks horrible and make it look good again. So it's getting very smooth. You can hear it gripping very nicely. So after that, go to your 1,000 grit or 800. If you have 800, it'll be better. I think I have 800, but I didn't see it right now. But for this part, it's gonna start feeling different. It's not gonna feel like you're sanding anything. It's just actually you're kind of like almost just polishing it. So hold on. So, and if you start getting these black marks in there, that means you gotta kind of go in circular motion. And that can come out too with thinner, but that's plastic right there. That's plastic that's being spread around, dirty plastic. And then you would go to the 1500 grit after that. $1,500 grit. Yeah, this can come off with some thinner real quick. Right, so to get rid of that black marking that's coming in there, use some thinner. We'll get rid of it all. See that? It's starting to come out very nice. And then use your 1500 some more, and just keep going over this. Circles. The more you go over it with the 1500, the shinier the finished product is going to be. So you keep on going over it. I'm kind of not focusing on right here. I'm just doing this part just so you guys could see what it's going to look like. Real quick video tutorial. And this is a good thing if you don't want to buy plastics, new plastics. If you have one of these old Tri-Zs, give this a try. Of course, the cracks, if yours has a crack in it, I'm going to make another video, show you guys how to repair that crack so you can't even tell that it was ever there. And not with zip ties. Don't ever zip tie a crack. The only crack you should zip tie if you're planning on doing that is the one on your behind. Just saying. But so there it is. And then if you want to get rid of this white part right here, like where it's been bent, what you got to do is heat it up with a torch. When you heat it up with the torch, let's see if it's got any shine yet. It'll shine. It'll shine if you buff it with some buffing compound. But you see this white part right here? You can get rid of that with the torch. Careful when you use this torch that your thinner rag is nowhere near here, because you can catch your shop on fire. So, and be very careful not to stay on it for too long. You kind of just gotta do something like this, because it will burn the plastic, and you do not want that. And this can also be used for your finishing. After you polished it, you can use this to help you like kind of set that polish for a longer lasting polish after you use your 1500 grit. But pretty much just the more you do this, the darker the yellow is going to get. And actually I'm starting to go too much on it. It might be hard to see on the camera, but I can already see right now I'm starting to get too hot. It starts to get dark yellow. Right over that edge where it's white. It will start to remove that white edge. Some of them are too deep. Some of the bends, you can make them look less obvious, but sometimes the bends are just too deep and you can't completely get rid of them. Unless you know something I don't, but for the most part I know sometimes it just gets too bad that you can't repair them. Just let it cool down. I can see right now it's very hot. And it's actually already starting to shine up pretty good just with that. It's kind of hard to see on this camera, but it's starting to get pretty shiny. So if I go over it again with the 1500 grit now, it will get even shinier. So, and then I'll just give it a little clean with the rag, with thinner. Clean it off pretty good. You could barely see that bend mark. So for this last part, you want to use rubbing compound on a rag, on a cotton rag, and just, so this is not rubbing compound. This is just some polish that I got laying around, some metal polish, but for the purposes of this video, it'll do for now. But so first you're gonna do this with rubbing compound. Rubbing compound, rub it down real good with the rag. And then once you do it pretty good, then you'll move on to what is it called? Wax. You use wax. Use some wax. You can use a buffer, like an actual machine buffer with the disc. Just be very careful when you're doing it, because you can burn the plastic real easy with it. You got to know, just do it softly at a certain speed. Don't let the plastic get too hot. And then but for the purposes of this video, this should give it a nice shine, I think. We'll see. And then while I'm doing this, if you guys are having trouble getting in these areas where there's like these weird kind of shapes to it, you could use something round like a piston ring to scrape off this inner part here, all right here. And you'll figure it out as you go. It's not going to be perfect, that's for sure. Unless you spend a lot of time on it, it will never be perfect. But you could at least get it to look really nice. But so, let's just let this get nice and shiny. All right, and as you can see, there's a big difference. And there actually is a shine now. Let me see if I can kind of get the shine to show. There you go, you see? You could see it shining. See the reflection? It starts to shine once you do that process. But so you got to do this whole fender, rear fenders. You could even do this as well, but this you don't have to do with the razor blade. This one didn't get, on mine it didn't get that bad, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to sand it down, and you guys are going to see the finished product. I'm going to post it in another video after this. But yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. I've been pretty busy, so I haven't been filming a lot of videos. I'm in school for electrical engineering, so I've been working on my homework, trying to get work done. So the videos are going to kind of be slow from here on out until probably the summer, but I'll try to upload as many as I can when I have free time. But yeah, thanks for watching. Lord Jesus Christ bless you. Bye. And one last thing, don't be afraid to make mistakes. Sometimes making mistakes is the only way you'll ever really learn something. So don't be afraid to mess around on your bike and try to repair it yourself. Just make sure to do it right, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes, and it's how you fix that mistake is what really makes a person. So don't be afraid to try it yourself, but make sure to do the research, and yeah, try your best. But yeah, thanks. Bye.